All right, guys, I'm going to go over a quick little story I did a few years ago about GSA bonds. Bid bond, payment bond, performance bond, surety bond, GSA SF 24, 25, 25A, and 28. So you can just Google these forms, print them off, blank. I'm going to show you how to fill them out. I received a call on a Friday morning from a friend that he had court on Monday, that he was going to go to jail for 3 years because the judge had already told him in a previous hearing that on Monday he was going to sentence him to 3 years in prison. So, or not prison, but county jail or state jail or whatever. So I asked him what his charges were. It was driving while intoxicated and then resisting arrest. So I said, all right, well, you probably need to work on filing a motion to recuse the judge because he has already made his decision prior to the trial. So I told him kind of, Google a motion to recuse and put in his own information on what the judge said and get that ready and meet me at the court, and we'll file some bonds. So I did the 3 bonds. I didn't do the SF-28. I just did the top 3 bonds, as you see there. And they're really, really simple. You have your, let me get my pen here. You have your principal and your surety. Your straw man and the man. All caps, standard information, city, state, zip. But then your surety is the first, middle, last with the hyphen and the colon. Care of, address, your city, state, zip, in your parentheses here. And of course, you're an individual, whatever state you're in, and make sure you put a date. Invitation number or whatever, you can maybe put your court case number if you want. I didn't in this case. And I leave this blank so that, because we don't know what the actual cost of all this stuff is behind the scenes, but we do know it's a lot. So I like to leave it blank, which I read it pays the amount in full. And then on the signature part, you just print the principal, all caps, and then you sign like the living man. You take these 3, and we went to the courthouse with the clerk, and I went to file it into his case. Where I did mess up was I only did 1 set of these. He had 2 charges. I thought I could just put the 1 set into the case file. So we picked, I believe it was resisting arrest was the 2-year sentence, and the driving while intoxicated was a 1 year. So we put these into his court case with the 2-year charge, and also filed this motion to recuse. And we got this turned in, I'd say 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right before they were closing. And he had filed nothing. He had not retained legal counsel. He was just going to court, doing what they told him to do, yada, yada, yada. Then he just, for some reason, got a hold of me, asked for my help. So we did this. This is all we filed into the case. And I wasn't able to attend the hearing on Monday morning. But it was interesting in what he told me what happened is he got to court Monday morning and the judge wasn't there. It was a different judge. They brought in a judge from out of town over the weekend, and the county attorney or prosecutor pulled my buddy to a private meeting room and said, "Hey, we have a problem." And he said, "Okay, what's going on?" He said, "Well, if you will dismiss your motion to recuse, we will offer you a plea deal, and you won't even have to go to court today. You just sign this plea deal, and we're done." And I had told him that we were hoping to try to get a plea deal and see. And, we don't know what they were going to offer because it was Friday afternoon. Court was first thing Monday morning. Well, the attorney told him, said, "Hey, if you plead guilty to the charge, if you enter this plea, that we want you to do, and remove your motion to recuse the judge, we will give you 6 months probation, a $300 fine, and you don't have to check in." And of course, my buddy was really predicting to go to jail for 3 years. He signed it, walked out, gave me a call, felt like a new man. and it worked. So yes, he did plead guilty, and but he didn't go to jail for 3 years. You know, he had a couple kids, and I mean a $300 fine, and not having to check in or drug test or anything. Just 6 months, you're done. Don't get in trouble. I'm gonna consider that a win. So guys, if you're doing these GSA bonds, I believe they're different for federal, but for state, there they are. You can just Google them, print them out, and this is how you fill them out. It's nothing complicated. I didn't do anything special. This is all I did. You know, you're the surety for your principal. It's really that simple. They know it. We know it. You can put this in there. And this is why, like I said, this worked. And you know, we got a plea out of it. He didn't go to jail, which, you know, I consider a win, especially last moment. I mean, literally the Friday before the Monday morning hearing. He didn't even have to go into court that morning. He just, you know, signed their paperwork. You know, they gave him 30 days, I think, or no, 180 days. I don't know what it was to pay the fine, and 6-month probation, no check-in, no drug testing, no nothing. That was a good day. It was a good call. So, guys, just remember, I have a video on what to do when you get arrested. If you do that from the beginning, if you don't enter a contract with them, as soon as the cops are talking to you, you're going to be way more successful. You won't have to do any of this stuff. You don't have to sweat hearings. They're going to have to let you go. They won't be able to charge you. The prosecutor is going to have to dismiss the charge because he couldn't get you to take liability. And that's what entering a plea and entering a contract and understanding their Miranda rights is. The liability is now on you, not on the prosecutor. Until you can enter a plea, they're going to do whatever they can to get the liability over you. And if they can't, the prosecutor has to pay for it. They don't want to do that. So they'll have no choice but to dismiss the case. And like I've done in previous other issues, you can also, there's some other things you can do. I have it on my website, and but this works. This is a good little quick process. I know some people have questions about GSA bonds. This is nothing technical, nothing crazy. It's just all caps versus the man. Leave the amount blank. Sign it like that. File it with your court case. File it into the case, and you should get some good results. Once again, look, this stuff only works if it's a state versus you. No property damage, no injured party. Other than that, if you did those things, then you're gonna have to pay the price. You're gonna have to work on getting some kind of deal. I'm not gonna help people that are hurting people or damaging people's stuff, but this is for the no injured party, no corpus delicti, that kind of thing. Real quick video. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out the site, case dismissed. Get a call. I can help you with all kinds of things. And have a good day.